Welcome back to AllbyOly Design where I share free alteration tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to shorten this coat. In my case, it's 2.5 inches shorter. So if you are ready, let's go. Take your seam ripper and first thing what we're going to start is removing the top stitch, and we will open the top stitch a little bit more than 2.5 inches. So it'll be, let's say, 4 inches. So the front part, let's say 7-8 inches, we're gonna leave as it is. And then we're gonna take a seam ripper and we're gonna start opening the lining from this amount all the way to the back side. We're also gonna detach these simple stitches and we're gonna get ready to sew it. You also can use a razor blade if you have a bit experience. If not, then use a seam ripper. This is the back side. Before I open the back side slit, I always want to make sure is exactly how I need to sew it back first, and then make sure the front part is a quarter longer than the back part. Now, after we measure and we know how to do it, we're going to remove the top stitch. Next, this is our slit part in the back side, and as you see, inside is fusible. Since we have to shorten 2.5 inches, we don't have fusible, so we need to add that up. I'm gonna use the wide fusible roll and I'm gonna cut it a piece and press it well. Make sure don't use any steam because that can damage the fabric, especially if it's a cashmere. And also if you have home iron, make sure you adding a cloth on top. Mine is industrial, so that's why I am good to go. After I did, this is the front part of the coat. I sewed exactly as you see, 2.5. I measure from each stitch corner and I did exactly same stitch, 2.5 inches up. And also, when I'm gonna cut the fabric, I will have to cut exactly how original. Sometimes I don't know why they leave this extra fabric. Sometimes it is because of the thickness of the fabric, so you don't want that. So sometimes you have to layer down the fabric. So after I cut it, as you see, 1.5 inches, just how originally was, make sure the corner you cut it to. At the corner, we have to do the back stitch to make sure the corner is not gonna open. Then turn the detail to the right side. And as you see, everything looks good, and we can actually press it a little bit, and then we're gonna add this top stitch as originally the coat has. But before I do the top stitch, I wanted to finish whole coat first, and then I'll do the top stitches. After one side is ready, I'm gonna start working on the second part. This is our side of the coat, and as you see, I haven't started yet. Now I have to turn it to the wrong side and do exactly same as I did with the other. I will measure 2.5 from each corner of this stitch, and I will have to do the top stitch. I will add a pin to make sure it's smooth enough so we don't create any pleats while we are sewing, since the coat is pretty thick, so sometimes it can happen. I also remember where the tags were so I can add them when I finish the coat. So pretty much when I alter any cloth, I always pay attention on details. How was sewn, how was inside cutted the allowance, how much allowance, and all that. And as you see, I'm measuring 2.5 from the stitches. Also, I'm gonna stop sewing approximately where the coat was. You probably you can see it on here, but on the coat you can see they do have kind of like a back stitch, and you can see exactly where they stopped. Because when coat is actually made, that's what they do. They sew first the front part and then they close the lining. Then I'll measure 1.5 inches, and then that's how much I'm gonna cut it after I gonna sew. Don't forget to cut the corner as well, and now we can actually turn to the right side the coat. And as you see, all is good, so we can start working on aligning. I also make sure I leave inch and a half just like original coat. Here is the slit part, and as you see they are both made differently. This one have a little cut from an inch, so that's how we have to make sure, and also we have to copy exactly same thing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna measure where the cut and how long the cut was. I'm gonna add 2.5, and this is gonna be my original line. Then from the folded line, I will measure 2.5 to see my line that it have to be the new folded line. So the pen I use is erasable. You can get it from Amazon. So I mark the line that I have to fold it. That's my new folded line. And I added half inch allowance because that's what our detail is supposed to be, right? Then I will measure 1.5 inches from my original line. And this is the line exactly how much I have to cut it. It might be a little confusing for the first time, but after a little practice, trust me, you can do it and it's not super hard. If it's confusing, then you can do straight line, sew it, and then you can cut extra allowance from the slit part. And now on the wrong side, I am measuring exactly the new line of the coat and the allowance. And you can use the ruler and the pen to make sure you mark it. The lining I will leave last. I want to make sure first the coat is correctly shortened. Every coat have a different, let's say, line. Some of the coats are straight, just as this jacket, but some of the coat have a round corner. If the coat have a round corner, first before I alter, I draw the line of the rounded corner on a cardboard, and I use this cardboard to draw inside, so that way it will be easier for me to do exactly same curve as original coat. So after I mark, I will cut all the extra, and we can do exactly same thing with the other part. Make sure also you see these stitches, since we cut it, they are opening, so we will have to sew it and do the back stitch to reinforce them first, and then we're gonna be able to sew. Lining we have to shorten 2.5, but I'll do 3 inches just in case, because sometimes if the lining is too short, it can pull the coat. So as you see, this is the front part, and I already adjusted inside exactly 2.5 how much I needed. Every time I shorten the coat, I want to make sure I do the front first, and then when front is good to go, we only need to add the top stitches, and then I already got it ready, all the coat, and I marked exactly how much allowance was originally. So originally was 1.5 inches, so this is how much I left for my original new line. And now all I need to do is, you see these little openings, we have to close them very well. We don't want them to be open, and then after that we can press it, all of that, and then I also, what I do when I sew it, I make sure I hold the allowance, and then I sew a little bit allowance, and that actually helps to hold the coat even on allowance where is a thick layer of the fabric. And then we can easily press it from inside. Never press on the top of the front, always press with a steam, and if you have a home machine, always press with the cloth on top. If it's professional and that have a protector, then you can use that. And that's it. So that's what I got ready, as you see. And in the back side we have the slit part. So on the slit part, also make sure when we are doing the hem, like you see this part, you don't want the under part to be longer, so that's why I always make sure the under is maybe like a teeny bitty shorter than the front, so that way, like when we are gonna sew, you don't want to be visible. And that's all. So we will have to put everything back just like originally went. And as you see, this is all what we need to do is um, fold it like this, and we're gonna sew it like until like right here. And then when we're gonna turn, everything is gonna be like this, right? And the lining on one side I already cut it, another side I didn't cut it yet. So I'm gonna cut 2 inches, and everything should be good to go. So that's all we need to do to finish the coat. Now I'm gonna start to close the slit, which is the back side. And as you see, I did leave a half inch of the stitch unfinished because we don't want to sew all the way. And then the other part, I'm just gonna fold it. If something I don't feel like, I don't know how to do it or sew, don't be afraid to try. And then you can also hand stitch. This is a second part of the sleeve. It's pretty simple. This part I fold exactly how much I have to do it, and then the lining have to be inside also folded but half inch from the edge. And then we have to do the top stitch. After our slits are done, we're ready to close the bottom line. So I'm gonna fold it exactly how much we have to fold it. And my line is marked inside, so I checked inside and then I just press it. The lining have to be folded 3/4 from the edge. And also I will press it so I can see exactly my line, and I'll add some pins. Also double check on the slit part to make sure the inside part is a little shorter than upper part, and also fold it, press it, and also the lining pressed and pinned. The front part, as you see, it have to be a little shorter line because the lining usually from the front goes a shorter to a little longer. After our coat is all pinned, first what I'm going to do, the middle of the first half of a coat, I will open so I can go through inside, pull the coat, and I have to sew it, the edges with the lining. As you see, I turn to the wrong side and then I will sew half inch from the edge of the coat. And as you see, lining is a little longer, which is okay because I want to make sure when my customer is trying on, in case if it's pulling the front part, then I will have to let it out the lining a little bit. After one side is done, as you see, I remove the pins. We all need to press it and all good. Then I will go to the other side of the coat and I'll do exactly the same. We only gonna leave just a little spot open. That part we're gonna hand stitch, or you also can open the lining from the side and sew it from inside. But for me it's easier to hand stitch it, and all done. After we close the bottom line, we can press it one more time and all is done. I really hope this tutorial will help you, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and wish you all the best.